Alright, welcome back to Eat Your Side Quests, the game channel where we eat and beat every game for the PlayStation 2, except for probably the sports ones. We're gonna see. I tried playing one of them already. Wasn't for me, so maybe not the sports. We're gonna cover today, though, an RPG that has truly been forgotten by time. And I think because it was just like a licensed game, no one really played it. But they missed out, because Casper for Spirit Dimensions serves narratively as the finale for the entire Casper franchise. And honestly, when I finished this game, I rethought the way I look at media in general. This game ties into the Iron Giant, it ties into A Knight's Tale, it ties into Peter Pan, it narratively weaves Casper into everything that's ever existed. And what's even crazier is we found out this game is a sequel to a cartoon called Red, White, and Boo, which was a patriotic, almost like propaganda piece about Casper. So stay tuned. We're going to go over the game. We're going to eat cookies. And we're going to try not to look at my birds the entire time I'm doing this video, because now that I see them, they're going to be hard not to look at, because I'm looking at them too. We're going to get through this together, okay? So Casper Spirit Dimensions actually begins its story with a 1990s or 1950s cartoon called Red, White, and Boo. Now, at first glance, it just appears to be kind of a little propaganda history cartoon for Casper, right? I don't even mean that in a mean way. It's just kind of what it is. But when you watch it and then play the game, you realize just how connected these are. People in the past won't be afraid of him.
Maybe people in the past won't be scared of me.
Because that's Casper's thing. He floats around, he wants to make friends, he sees people, they scream and run, and then he kind of cries. It's a very sad franchise. So Casper goes into the past, and his first thing he does, he goes all the way back to prehistoric times. And then Casper looks to the audience and goes, "I don't understand women."
I just can't understand women.
So Casper has already been scarred. He's already gone back in time into the time machine, and he just goes through a time loop over and over and over again, to the point that it actually creates a time hole, like a whole time warp, and that's where Casper Spirit Dimensions begins its story. Now, Casper Spirit Dimensions doesn't tell you this outright, by the way, that this is a sequel to Red, White, and Boo. You know it through playing the game and through its very subtle storytelling choices. This is so good. I think, and I really do think this, it's going to become a movie someday. So I even made the opening credits for the movie for Casper Spirit Dimensions. So now, when Disney makes this, I'm going to get paid. My video intro, and hopefully you get to see it. I'm not quite sure how copyright law works, but I think we're fine. So anyway, Casper Spirit Dimensions opens with a black screen with white text. Think Star Wars, but way, way cooler. We learn that ages, maybe decades, eons after Red, White, and Blue, Casper has spent eternity searching for friends. Very sad. Each time he finds them, they befriend him, they grow old, they die, while he remains a child forever. Heartbroken, he jumps back into his time machine, hoping this time will be different, looping through time over and over and over again. However, this has consequences, and reality itself begins to crack. Just first through natural disasters, then through literal tears in the universe. The game spends a surprising amount of time explaining that most issues in the world are caused by this, going as far as saying climate change is caused by this, and even ending by hinting 9/11 Casper was responsible for, which was a surprise, to say the least. Now, these cracks in these dimensions allow monsters and characters from other worlds to invade ours. Anything from Disney, DreamWorks, whoever had a licensing deal in the year 2000 come through. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts is what it reminded me initially of, but for Casper. We're also then told that every force of good in the universe has risen against this and failed, and humanity's last hope lies in one friendly little ghost. Now, that's pretty intense for a series that's normally about a ghost befriending farm animals, but it's Casper Spirit Dimensions. We're off the rails. Now, we then cut to Casper. He's been summoned by his last remaining friend named Wendy the Good Witch. I tried to look up a little bit about Wendy. I know she's like a Casper character, but all the Wikipedia article said is, unlike other witches, Wendy's a good witch, so do with that as you will. She then tells Casper that he is the world's last defense. However, this is not the Casper we remember. He's, after looping through time over and over and over again, he's become bitter, jaded. He's mumbling about cancel culture and how women can't be Ghostbusters. Very strange stuff. And as Wendy begs him for help, we finally meet the villain of the whole series. It's the Oogie Boogie Man from Nightmare Before Christmas. He gives a very angry speech. He mocks Casper's masculinity, and this causes Casper to get his butt in gear. And so he agrees to help Wendy. Wendy explains that the only way to defeat the Oogie Boogie Man is to go into the different worlds the Oogie Boogie Man has taken over and free them from his grasp. So that's where we begin our game, with Casper heading into this first world. Alright, so Casper goes spinning through the whirlwind vortex and arrives in a gray medieval kingdom where we meet a knight, or maybe a king. I wasn't quite sure on the specifics of it. But anyway, this guy asks Casper to help him assemble the pieces of his armor so he can help fight off the monsters that have invaded his world. Thus kind of begins the main gameplay loop of this game, which is mostly fetch quests. You float through empty landscapes, you fire ghostly orbs, battle bad guys, solve puzzles. They're not very hard. And this is unfortunate. Controlling Casper just feels awful. It's awful. The floaty physics and identical environments, you're just lost and confused and trying to control Casper. But that's when it hits me. This is intentional. The game isn't bad by design. Like, who would even make a game like this on purpose? Unless it was to teach us a lesson. You see, this game is art. The awkward movement of Casper mirrors Casper's eternal drifting as we all wander through, lost, confused, and alone. And as we gather each piece of armor, we're not finding just random pieces of like chests and things. We're finding pieces of ourselves. The helmet represents clarity, the chest plate is courage. And by rebuilding the knight, Casper is rebuilding himself. So beneath this janky gameplay, Casper's Spirit Dimensions becomes a quiet meditation on identity and the pain of wandering lost throughout the world. The game really picks up some steam here. So the third level is a factory world, and if you played any 2000s like licensed game, the factory world is a staple. Sometimes it's like a sewer level, but it involves lots of steam, gray colors, metal walls, and this is where we finally meet the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant asks Casper to help him assemble pieces, because unlike in the movie where like the pieces just come together, he's not able to do that. And so Casper floats around, fights some robots, gathers the pieces, and puts together the Iron Giants. And through this, Casper learns an important lesson about how to heal and how to put the pieces of himself back together. So now Casper has become fully realized through flying through the hoops, finding the armor, and putting together the Iron Giant. Casper returns to Wendy, arguably a new ghost. Casper comes back to Wendy now after the factory, and she can tell instantly he's feeling a lot better. He's not swearing, he's not being cruel or mean. However, before they can really reunite, the Oogie Boogie Man appears, and he's got a good plan. He figures out that if Wendy's gone, Casper can't just keep jumping into the dimensions. So he kidnaps Wendy and takes her to the Oogie Boogie realm. Now this is where the game should end, right? Casper can't continue, but that's when we get a biggest cameo we've had all game. Victoria, otherwise known as, you might remember her as Christina Ricci's character from the Casper movie, she appears, and her arrival reignites Casper's heart. And for the first time in forever, he remembers how to love. And that's when a beam of light comes on, and he transforms into the character we know and love, Casper, the friendly ghost. Together, they open the final portal, and inside the Oogie Boogie's realm is pirate ships, explosions, battles. Inside, there's also a character named the Guardian of the World, who tells Casper that they themselves, like the Guardian, can piece the world together, but they need to go take out Oogie Boogie. Casper heads on in, and what follows is an epic, clunky boss fight. But after an exhausting battle, the Oogie Boogie Man finally falls, disintegrating to glowing threads, and Casper hangs in silence. It's over, and now, like Casper, the world can finally heal. Or can it? The ground trembles, and the light twists out of the air, and from the ashes rises a colossal-sized Oogie Boogie Man, his laughter echoing evilly through the cosmos. And Casper realizes the truth. that everything he's done, it wasn't enough. There's still one last thing to do. And so he returns back to Factory World and finally cashes in on some of those friendships. Casper returns to the Iron Giant. However, the Iron Giant is unsteady, right? He's just got put back together. So Casper puts his hand on the Iron Giant's chest and says, "Let me help you." And Casper goes inside the Iron Giant, fusing it together. Together they launch into the sky, streaking towards the Oogie Boogie Titan, who now looms above the planet, gathering an energy blast strong enough to destroy all of reality. Victoria's voice crackles into the ether, begging Casper to stop, warning that if he goes through with it, he may never return. And Casper whispers and smiles and said, "That's okay. Some things are worth letting go." And as he soars upward, flashes of memory flood his mind. Scenes from Casper flash across the video game, cartoons and movies, and even old video games. Some memories sad, but mostly happy, as the eons of Casper's life all come together in this final moment. And in that instant, he understands. The reason he stayed behind all of these thousands of years wasn't to make friends with others. Casper wanted to make friends with himself. And then Casper the ghost collides with the Oogie Boogie monster in a burst of pure light, and the explosion tears through the universe, shattering it and remaking it. And then that's the end of Casper Spirit Dimensions. They do set up a sequel, but unfortunately it never quite came together, which is fine. I think Casper Spirit Dimensions serves as a great finale to the Casper series. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about this hidden gem, and now we're gonna cook some food. Stay tuned. Tell us, this one's exciting. Tell us what we made.
Well, I've always wanted to try to make gummy worms, so we tried to make gummy worms.
Hey, God, yeah, show it closer there.
You can't really see them.
Well, you can.
Individual shapes.
What shape would you say this is?
That's a lamp.
Oh, it's a lamp.
It's a lamp. And then there's this is all the molds I had, okay? And then there's a little ghost.
Oh, is there a ghost?
Oh,
wait, I don't quite see the ghost there.
Yeah, he's there. He's
okay.
there.
How would you do this differently if you did it again?
I don't know. I've never made them before.
Yeah, they should have like some sugar flavor to them, right?
Well, I did put sugar in them.
Oh.
It's like a citric acid. A citric acid is
Can I
supposed
tell
to
you
make
the
them
textures?
like sour.
The textures throw me off. The texture doesn't taste like a gummy.
Mm-mm.
Okay, right? I don't know how to describe. How would you describe that texture for the viewers at home?
Like crumbly Jello, stiff crumbly Jello.
No, it's not my favorite. But
no, I think we're gonna trash this batch.
yeah,
And try
I'm
again.
sorry. So there you have it. First attempt at Jello. You know, just like YouTube, we're all learning, we're all growing. So yeah, if you have any tips on how to make better gel or gummies, feel free to share it with us. If you made it this far in the video, you must be invested. So tell us if you have any ideas. We are open. All right. Thanks, y'all. All right.